Everybody has a different version of what balance means to them. Some people spend their whole lives like trying to chase this equaled out level of approaching every aspect of their life, and it's just not realistic, because you just have to think like there's always going to be times where you're going to have to level up certain areas of life, and other areas are not necessarily going to get as much attention, and that's okay. It's a normal thing about being human, is the fact that there is a lot of things to juggle. And for those of you guys that don't know, I did make a video about this. I made a video about the 4 things to get your life in order, especially if you're a younger guy. Things you can do. Fucking sweating here. It's just at a morning workout, so things you can do very simply to get your life in order, like get your fitness on point, your finances on point, getting your relationship straight with your friends and family, and also connecting with some sort of higher power, or just having like a set of principles that you follow, like life principles that you follow, right? You have to realize that there's going to be times in life where you're called to expend a certain amount of energy on a certain thing, and that you may be spending more time on that thing than other things, and that's okay. Like for example, let's say you have a kid, let's say you get a new job opportunity, or you're being called to level up your relationship. Let's say your girlfriend calls you out on something and says like, hey, like we really need to talk about this. Like, I just really want to bring this to your attention. I feel like we're not taking care of this area of our relationship, or, and you have to go and expend more energy on that thing. Like, you have to realize that there will be times where you can't necessarily spread yourself super fucking thin. A lot of people try to do it, but the way I have found that, a productive way to do this is when these things come up, and there's going to be things that come up that just require more of your attention than other things, and keep in mind, I still got my businesses, of course, social media stuff, everything going on outside of, my regular daily, outside work life, right? So what happens when like a big thing comes into my, viewpoint, and I need to make a decision? Well, I just need to really, for lack of a better word, I just kind of need to buckle up and just take it, right? But how? Like, when you're trying to juggle all this shit, well, you have to realize this. And if you operate from this framework and you remember this for the rest of your life, this is, life is really all about what you believe it is, and beliefs about yourself, and the belief that you have about the world that we live in. So, I'll offer you this. Think about it. When you gain a trait, when you're called to a certain area of your life where you need to level up that area of your life, you're going to gain a lot of traits. You're going to gain a lot of new skills that you're going to keep forever, because these, through, opportunity and leveling up in life, and when you're met with certain opportunities that you want to take advantage of, you're going to be called to take things to a new level, So as you go throughout life, and I realized this, it didn't really take me too long to realize this. I'm 27, I'll be 28 in a few months. As you go through life, you're actually collecting skills. And it's almost like, for those of you guys that play video games, again, I don't play video games, it's kind of like leveling up, like getting more like life or more energy in like a video game, where you gain these skills, you gain this knowledge, and you're able to level the fuck up. And you have to realize that eventually things start to balance out more. Like, there will be times where there's more balance and less balance, but you have to realize that those times where you're being called to step up and level up, those are actually times where you're really being called to gain a new trait and a new skill that you can keep with you for the rest of your life. Think about it. This is how people actually level up. Think about like a guy who is a fry cook at McDonald's, and his daily stress is just paying his rent, which is really this much, and going to his job. And he's extremely stressed out about that. And then there's another guy who has, 2 businesses, a whole family, all this shit going on, investment properties, whatever it is, right? But that person is less stressed than the fry cook, with way less on his plate. Simply because this person who's leveled up has a better stress management, because they probably realized those times where they had to level up those areas of their life, they were getting the skills, they were getting new traits that they could keep for themselves for the rest of their life. Guys, this is all about a belief system. Like, what you believe about life will change how you live your life. And if you believe that when these opportunities come, which I do, they're an opportunity, which I call them opportunities. It doesn't, you know, it could be a good thing or it could be like a bad thing, right? Like, let's say like you're met with an opportunity, which is like a positive, where you're like, wow, this is like a new job opportunity, or like, for example, a new puppy. That would be like a nice positive opportunity. Or let's say like there's just an area of your life that's severely lacking, where you just need to kind of go into that area of your life, focus on just that for, you know, extended period of time, level that area up, and then kind of slowly find your way into balance. This is how life is, guys. But you just have to realize, like, it's always going to be like that. Like, there is always going to be like one or two areas that are kind of out of balance. It's all about knowing that and being aware of it and managing it. Like, you fuck balance at the end of the day. That's really, you know, the whole point of this video is you're not really going to be balanced, but in the process of that, you're going to gain invaluable life skills and traits that will actually help you for the rest of your life. It's all about reframing your perspective, guys. This is what the no victim mentality is about. Wearing the black, you know, no victim hoodie. This is what the no victim mentality is all about, guys. We're in this black no victim hoodie right now. And this is why I have it tatted on my nuts. That's what that shit is all about. You know, is understanding like, it's okay. Like, sometimes we just have to spend a little more time here and then we can go back to the other areas. It's all good, guys. Go with the flow. Just keep fucking going. Don't fucking stop. Don't give up. No victim.